Highlands Women's Human Rights Defender is a Highlands-based organization. We have civil society organizations, that's about 3 of them. That's Cook Women for Peace, Cafe Women's Association, which is based in Eastern Highlands. Cook Women for Peace is based in Chimbu, and Voice for Change is based in Jiwaka province. But we have other networks like Catholic Women's Association in Mendi, and we also have a network in Tari, and also in Western Highlands, but because of the funding that is not enough for us to stretch us, we are only looking at these 3 provinces for the start. The Women's Human Rights Defenders Network in the community level represents women in court decisions, in community peace building work, and also in peace mediation and things like this. They represent women and children to speak for their rights at that level. The network works very closely to support victims of sorcery. When we see that the situation is really tense, we tend to repatriate the victims outside of one province to another, and then we started looking around for funds to Oxfam, Amnesty International, and other international donors like UN and things like this, to repatriate them to another province where they feel it's safe for them to stay. What our network does is we try to build partnership with civil-based organizations, church groups at the village level, at a community level, so that we could help the victims there. Because when you look at the Papua New Guinea, almost 85% of the women and almost 85% of the people live in rural areas, and services provided, institutional services provided for women to access services is only provided to those who can access the vicinity around the town area, who can access the services. And for these women in the rural areas, they don't access these services. So what I think Pacific Women Saving Pacific Development Agency, what they should do is look closely at the organization that could go right down and build network with the women at the rural areas, at the grassroots level, so that they could also access the services that they are missing out.